everyone, Melvilan. I'm Janet.
I'm Charlie. Where's Marara? Marara! Oh, and I'm Marara. Rah! Ooh, Marara, you are really excited.
Well, yes, because it's a great day and I cannot wait to get the show started. And in fact, I have a party afterwards with all my friends.
What? Marara, you're having another party and you didn't invite us.
Neither did you invite me, Mara. Okay, fine. Whose party is it?
Well, it's a KnowZone friend. As this is the last term time episode, we are having it to remember all the adventures we've had. And I didn't send any invitations to you because I wanted to give them to you in person. Just wait, hold on, wait, I'll be right. Ha! That's for you. And that one is yours.
Oh, what? It has my name and everything. Oh, Marara, I knew you wouldn't forget me.
Yeah, it's because we are family and we must always be together.
Hey, now speaking of family, we are so glad you could join us as we hang out with the KnowZone family on today's show.
Now we have a special edition of Junction Teens. Not to mention Out There, Spell It, Big 3, Career Zone, Wild Zone, and so much more. But before we get into that, why don't we go into the chill out zone and meet today's studio guests? I can't believe it. I'm going for a party. Hello, everyone.
Hello! Now, before we start, why don't we say a big hello to everybody watching us at home? Hello!
Yes, we are so happy to see all of you here today, and we're excited that you're helping us with the show.
And for you at home, thank you so much for joining us.
Now, before we get too far into the show, why don't you tell everyone at home what today's buzzwords are?
Remember, excitement, friends, travel.
Well done, everyone. Now, listen out for these words throughout today's episode and in the next program.
But wait, Charlie, what are the buzzwords teaching us about?
Well, Marara, they're teaching us about everything. That's why it's going to be so much fun.
Yes. For now, though, let's go to Makutano and see what our friends are up to on Junction Teens.
I'm so excited. School's finally closed and now we can go out for shopping.
All swimming like we planned to.
Come on, let's just play cards the whole day.
James, it's your turn.
Play with cards. Me, I don't even want to play anymore. Dad, I don't even want to play.
He's been quite depressed about Amishi leaving for India.
Well, he better get used to the idea that we'll be all living for our separate ways. I mean, Leleti will be living in Mombasa for school.
It's not yet been confirmed, and even if I go, I'll still be in touch.
Yeah, and since I'm not going anywhere, you should really keep me informed about the changes in my life.
Don't you guys get it? It's the end of us. The end of the Junction Teens. The end of everything we've ever stood for.
That's not true. What Bakari is trying to say is that you have to accept that you are growing up.
Well, you know what? Growing up sucks.
Password.
Friends. F-R-I-E.
Come on, guys. Are we still doing this?
The rule still remains, Jim.
You thought you said you were too grown up for this. I see no point in doing all this password.
James, stop me. What's up with him? Why is he so annoyed?
You know you're disturbing the natural ecosystem, right?
You know what? Too bad.
Whatever it is that's got you this upset, it's never that serious.
What's wrong with you? I never even asked for your advice.
Sorry about that.
Wait. You see, there's so much on my mind and there's so many changes in my life.
Well, everything changes at one point or another.
But I don't want that to happen. Look, all my friends are leaving. Some are going for high school, others are going to foreign lands.
You mean that kind of change? Well, I guess it's just a part of growing up, and thing is, you just have to accept that change.
I guess. I don't know how you find it so cool that Lilith is going to Mombasa.
What do you mean? Wait, Lileti's leaving for Mombasa.
She didn't tell you. I'm sorry, but I heard that she's going to secondary school there.
Is that so? Well, I guess I'm the last one to find out.
And that's when he ran out.
I think I'm going to go look for him.
I'll come with you. Me too.
No thanks, but I think this is something I need to deal on my own.
Are you sure, Mishi? I mean, James seemed upset with all of us.
Bakari is right. We should all go look for him. Then when we're done talking to him, we can leave you two together.
So we split up as usual. Guys go together and girls go together.
No, Brian, we're all going together as a team.
Thanks, you guys. I mean, I don't even know what I'm going to tell him in order to make him feel better, you know?
Well, what are friends for?
I just hope he understands.
I said I've got the blues, 'cause my girl's leaving for the beach, and didn't bother to tell me the news. I'm gonna be so alone. And who do they think they are? Running around leaving scars, collecting their jar of hearts, and tearing love apart. They're gonna catch a cold from the ice inside their soul. So don't come back for us. Who do they think they are? We sound so lame. We should be out there having fun, enjoying our lives.
Yeah, life's not supposed to be this depressing. I mean, we're young, intelligent, good looking if I say so myself.
Yeah, and now on, we're gonna be solid friends. We don't need any of those guys telling us anything.
That's right, and least of all by girls.
Put it there, partner. From now on, no more girls because they're just trouble. Now, let's go out there and have some fun.
Yeah, right.
Give us back our ball.
Relax the excitement, little girl. I'm not giving you this ball unless you give me some money, okay?
Boy, the ball is ours. Give it back.
Some people just never learn. Give it up, Amos.
Stay out of this.
Give him back the ball. Remember, you are JT now.
Junction Teens. What does that mean anymore? You guys are always fighting and fighting these days. It's not like before when you guys were friends.
Look here, Amos. You should stop bullying little kids. It's way beneath you now.
Oh, look, here comes the rest of you to give me a moral lesson.
Hey, James, can we talk?
Look here, Mishi. There's nothing to talk about. Freddy, let's go.
Come on, James. Why are you being angry at us? Do you think it's any of our doing?
Yeah, you think any of us happy because we're splitting up? It's just the way things are. You have to accept facts.
Fred, I thought you were coming to the hideout.
Why? So you can tell me you're going to Mombasa? I thought we said we were being honest with each other.
What do you mean we are?
Really, Letty? So why am I the last person to find out that you're going to Mombasa?
Okay, I was going to tell you.
When? Were you waiting to settle in first?
No.
Ooh, it seems like trouble is brewing over paradise. And as usual, the Junction Teens are not fun anymore. See you later. Hey, Freddy, let's go and steal that ball from those kids again.
What just happened?
Look, I'm sorry I told Freddy about you going to Mombasa.
What's your problem? It's not even confirmed yet.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean...
What do you want me to do now?
I'll go to...
Just stop. You've already caused enough trouble.
I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking straight. Look, I know I bumped into you earlier and I'm sorry.
You think you're the only one who feels bad about this whole situation? Everyone's wearing a brave face, James. You can't tell?
Well, I guess I was a bit...
Selfish? Yes.
Look, I've had a crush on you for the longest time ever. I mean, you haven't seen that? Well, I guess I was selfish.
I've had a crush on you too.
Really? Why didn't you say anything?
I told you I liked you.
You do?
Of course. I mean, I think you're kind of cute. But right now, we have to fix the misunderstanding between Freddy and Lileti.
Sure.
can't give up. So what do you want me to do? Freddy already thinks I'm lying to him.
Leleti, why don't you just talk to Freddy and try to make him understand?
Okay.
Diana. No, I was thinking... maybe I could take you out for a movie.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Diana, leave that one alone. I could take you for shopping tomorrow. And I know of somewhere very nice.
Bakari, why don't you just butt out of this?
Aye, why?
I was here first.
Guys, could we first settle Leleti's situation? Thank you.
Bakari, be careful. She's mine.
Babu, Diana does not belong to anyone yet.
You know, all you have to do is just wait and see.
The whole of this week I've made 100 shillings. Look, me and you are the best tag team there is. We'll make a killing.
Look, Amos, I'm done threatening and beating up little kids, okay? It's just not cool anymore.
But we had the most fun.
If you still think that's fun, you have a lot of growing up to do.
Fine, you go. I'll be fine alone. I was doing fine without you.
Freddy, you're right. I should have told you I was moving to Mombasa. I just wanted to be sure first.
What do you mean?
Look, I won't lie to you. There's a chance that I'm going for high school in Mombasa, but none of that's confirmed. In the next 2 weeks, I'm going for an interview, and if it happens...
So I won't be seeing you again?
What are you talking about? Makutano is my home, our home, everyone's. Of course, we won't be spending so much time together and doing fun stuff like swimming.
But we'll still be friends.
Of course we will, or at least we'll try to. I'm so sorry, I should have told you.
Am I forgiven too?
Yes, of course. Come on, guys, let's come together. You too, Amos. So with all the changes going on in our lives, can we promise to still be friends forever? I'll sure miss this hideout and all the fun moments we've had in it.
Lucky you. I didn't even enjoy being a JT.
Don't worry. You'll have time to enjoy it before schools open.
Well, bye-bye, hideout. We'll miss you.
Bakari, Babu, can we talk?
Sure.
I think it's really cute the way you two have been pursuing me. But I'm not ready for any relationship right now.
But why? Diana, you are so beautiful.
Thanks. Look, I'd rather remain friends with you both. And if things change, I'll be sure to let you know. But as for now, can you still remain friends? Great. Now, let's do something exciting like shopping.
Sure.
Sure.
What is this place?
Looks like some kind of a tree house.
Can we show the others?
That was a beautiful episode. Did you all enjoy it?
Yes!
What's going on? Does this mean that the Junction Teens are splitting up?
Yes, it does, Marara, but they'll always be friends.
Cheer up, Mara. I mean, they will always help people like good Junction Teens. I mean, they're such a special group. But I have to admit, Charlie, I'm really going to miss them.
I know, Janet. I'm really going to miss the Junction Teens as well. Anyway, to our studio guests, what buzzwords did you hear?
Remember, excitement, friends, travel.
Well done, everyone. Well done.
Wait. Does it mean it's time to head into the learning zone?
Yes, it does, Maya. It's time to join Teacher Pendo so that she can help us fine-tune our English skills on cool words. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Teacher Pendo.
Welcome to Cool Words. Now, on the board, you can see I have a symbol. Now, who can tell me what it's called? Yes, Davin?
It's an apostrophe.
That's right, it is an apostrophe. Now, one of the uses of an apostrophe is to tell us about possession. For example, let's look at this sentence on the board. The house of Teacher Pendo. Now, this can also be written as Teacher Pendo's house. Now, what do you notice about the apostrophe? Yes, Kigia?
It is followed by an S.
Very good. Now, when we use the apostrophe to demonstrate possession, we normally use an apostrophe plus the letter S. However, there are some occasions when we just use an apostrophe. Now, there are 3 simple rules to follow. The subject that we are saying owns something is called the possessive noun. If the possessive noun is single, we always add an apostrophe and an S. Now let's look at this sentence on the board. The boys' football. If the possessive noun doesn't have an S, whether it's singular or plural, then we always add an apostrophe and an S. Now I've got some examples on the board. The child's homework, the children's homework. However, if the possessive noun is plural, so we're talking about more than one thing and it ends in S, we just add an apostrophe. Let's look at the example on the board. Do you think you all understand?
Yes.
Very good. Now on the board, I've got some examples of possessive nouns. And I want you to tell me whether we use an apostrophe or an apostrophe and an S. Why don't you join us at home? So the first one, man. Who would like to attempt this? Yes, Shaklan?
Man's. Apostrophe S.
Apostrophe S. Very good. Now the next one, men. Who wants to attempt men? Yes, Livia?
Men's. Apostrophe S.
Apostrophe S. Very good. Moving on to the next one, dog. Who wants to try dog? Yes, Davin?
Dogs. Apostrophe S.
Apostrophe S. Excellent. The next one, neighbors.
Oh, Teacher Pendo, let me try that one.
All right, go right ahead.
Neighbors, just an apostrophe.
Just an apostrophe. Very good. And the last one, James. Yes, Kigia.
James, apostrophe S.
Apostrophe and S. Excellent work, all of you. I am glad you've all mastered the use of the apostrophe. Now, I'd like us to remind ourselves what adjectives are. Who would like to tell us? Yes, Shaklan?
Describing words.
That's right. Now, there are different types of adjectives, as you can see from my chat. We have general opinion, specific opinion, size, shape, age, color, nationality, material. Now, you would normally only ever use up to 3 adjectives in a sentence, and when you use them, you need to follow a certain order depending on the type of adjective used. For example, look at these 2 sentences on the board. Which sentence sounds correct to you? Yes, Livia?
The big red American car.
The big red American car. That's right. And as you can see from my chat, size comes before color and nationality. Now, are we all happy with the definition of the different types of adjectives?
Yes.
Oh, Teacher Pendo?
Yes, Marara?
Now, what's the difference between a general opinion and a specific opinion?
Well, that's a very good question, Marara. General opinions are opinions that can be used with any type of noun. So, for example, good, bad, beautiful. Whereas specific opinions are adjectives that only work with certain types of nouns. For example, tasty and delicious would be used to describe food. Do you understand, Marara?
Oh, yes, I do, Teacher Pendo. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Now, on the board, I've got some words. Now, I would like you, using the chart, to turn them into phrases, ensuring that the adjectives are in the right order. So the first one, green socks cotton. So who would like to go first? Yes, Davin?
Green cotton socks.
Green cotton socks. All right, very good. Now let's move on to the next words. Room, a large rectangular. All right, so who wants to try this one? Yes, Kigia?
A large rectangular room.
A large rectangular room. Okay. Next sentence or words. Orange and raincoat plastic. Who wants to try this one? Yes, Shaklan?
An orange plastic raincoat.
An orange plastic raincoat. Absolutely right. Next one. Bamboo, a wonderful table. Let's look at it keenly. Bamboo, a wonderful table. So who wants to try this? Yes, Lydia?
A wonderful bamboo table.
A wonderful bamboo table. All right. And the last one, a lampshade paper, huge, round.
Wow. Now, how, Teacher Pendo?
Yes, Marara.
How we...
Attempt it.
Okay, let me try. A huge, round, paper lampshade.
Okay, a huge, round, paper lampshade. Very good work, everyone. I'm glad you've mastered the ordering of adjectives. Now, unfortunately, we've run out of time on today's Cool Words, but thank you so much for joining us.
Teacher Pendo?
Yes, Marara.
What an interesting, short, fluffy lesson that was.
Huh?
Well, you're right. Using more than 3 adjectives doesn't sound correct. But I still think it was a great lesson.
Well, thank you, Marara. Now it's time to see what Mas Speedy is up to on this week's Out There.
It's been a long way here at the KnowZone, and I am sure you've been enjoying every bit of it. As for me, I love hanging out with Charlie, Janet, our studio guests, and oh, I'm forgetting to mention Marara. This is definitely the place where we learn while having fun.
With us on the KnowZone.
This is the place where we have fun as we learn.
But again, who makes the KnowZone and how do they do it? Well, let's go behind the camera and find out. Come on, come with me. I am told that I have to lose my shoes as no mud or dust is allowed in there. This is the gallery. Meet my friends here. Mose, Manu, Monica, Sami, Ken. They are all here. The gallery plays host to different members of the crew, including the director, soundman, vision mixer, the lighting crew, the gallery production assistant. Wow, this already sounds like Greek to me. I don't really get it. And look at this place. There are so many TVs. 1, 2, 3. Oh, why do they have so many TV sets? Well, I am told that the director can't work without them all. The director is in charge of transforming the script to picture and sound that's finally transmitted on our TV sets at home. But how does he or she do this? First, I'm told that before you start filming, you need a script. A script is a document that shows the content of the show, and so it has the dialogue for the presenters as written down earlier on by the script writer. The producer of the show is in charge of the content. The producer has to make sure that the script has the right educational content according to the syllabus. Well, we have our script ready. Let's now find out how our favorite presenters and our crew members work on it. Come with me, let's get into the studio and find out how this works. I am told to have the show looking all good and glamorous, there is lots of effort to it, and this is not just limited to makeup alone. Well, I am told before everything, the director gets the script in advance and gets to block it. This is the art of reading, analyzing, interpreting the script as she understands it, then marking it up, preparing her shots in advance in a way that she can communicate with the rest of the crew members in terms of what she needs in that particular script. Well, when she does this, everyone is on the same page, and so we are all ready to roll the show. In the studio, we need law and order. To help the shoot run smoothly, the floor manager owns the studio. He or she controls all that's happening here. This includes calling for silence, keeping the studio running according to the schedule, and he or she is the right hand of the director. Through a talkback system, the director communicates with the floor manager, and then the floor manager communicates to the rest of the crew and the cast members. Before recording, the director has to make sure that she has the right picture and that everyone is happy. The crew, the studio guest, the cast, and that includes the lion.
5, 4, 3, 2,
For every segment of the KnowZone, I am told that the different departments have to set up first before the director goes for a role. This includes the art department. They have to undo the previous sets and props and set up for the new one. For the lighting, they have to change the lights around to suit the new sequence. And for the cameras, they also have to move around to suit the shots as requested by the director. We are all set. Behind the scenes of making TV is lots of hard work and lots of fun as well. Let me try this one as well. If I enjoy doing it, who knows, I might change my mind and change my career as well. Maspidi the cameraman number 3. Timo will definitely show me how to do this. It's not so easy. I guess I'll have to stick with the presenting and farming for now. But everyone seems to be having such a wonderful time. Look! Marara! He's pretending to be a reporter. So after this big interview, he is interviewing the floor manager Deno to find out how he feels about the show.
So what exactly does a floor manager do?
Generally, I make sure the director has what they need to record the show. I have the obligation to be in touch with the...
It's definitely so much fun hanging out with you. What an experience! If it were not for my cows, I would stay here some more. Well, that's all we have time for today. So until next time, bye-bye.
I love going out there with my Speedy.
Yes. Now, after the Junction Teens, I'm scared to ask. But is this going to be the last time we see Maspidi?
Marara, there is no way that Maspidi is going anywhere. But considering all the trips he's making, we will definitely see him during the holiday episodes.
What? Are you sure?
Yes, we are, Mara. But maybe right now we should do something to calm you down.
But yeah, I agree. So let's play a game. Come on, let's play a game.
All right then, Marara. Now, at this point in time, there's only one game we can play. It's full of high drama, serious tension, and lots of numbers.
It's time for the Big 3.
Welcome to the Big 3. Now here, it's all about your numbers. There are 2 teams. There are 3 sums. There are 5 seconds to solve each sum. The winning team is the team that solves the most sums correctly. They get a special prize. Now, Marara, tell us what that prize is.
Well, they win these great textbooks and thanks to our friends at Longhorn Publishers. Now, today is a really special edition of the Big 3, as we have 2 schools competing for the same prize. Team A is from Laser Hill.
Yay!
And Team B is from Olerai.
Wow, I have a feeling this is going to be very intense. Now, if the scores are tied at the end, we move into a tiebreaker question.
Right, in this game you only hear the question once, and you'll see the question written down at the end of the game. Now the thing is, you must answer the question and write down your answer on the answer pad provided within the 5 seconds. Or your answer will not count even if it's correct. Are the rules clear? Yes. Come on, are the rules clear?
Yes! Excellent. Now for you at home, try and play along. See how many sums you can solve. You never know, you might be just as happy as our winning team. Now, Marara, you have your stopwatch. Are you going to keep time for us?
Yes, I will.
Are you ready?
Ready like Freddy.
Hey, he's ready like Freddy. We're on like John. Here comes the first sum. 5 multiplied by 7 minus 3 divided by 8 plus 6 is what?
And start the clock. And stop.
All right, teams, I hope you have written down your answers because time is up. Let's move on to the next sum, please. 4 plus 5 plus 3 times 2 plus 3 divided by 3 equals...
And start the clock. And stop.
This is proving to be a very intense edition of the Big 3. We have one question left. Let's make it count. 10 minus 5 multiplied by 8 minus 4 divided by 6 is what?
And start the clock. And stop.
All right, let's find out how everyone did. Team A, please show us your answer for the first sum.
Right, now for the first sum, Team A has 10.
Okay, Team B, what do you have?
Let's see what Team B has. Oh, Team B has 10 as well.
All right. We have 2 similar answers from both teams. Let's find out if this first sum was correct and if we have a strong start to this edition of the Big 3. Sum number 1. 5 times 7, that's 35. Minus 3, that is 32. Divided by 8, that's a 4. Plus 6, the answer is 10.
Wow. Well done, Olerai and Laser, on that first sum. Now let's move on to the second sum. Team A, please show us your answer for the second sum.
Now, for the second sum, Laser Hill has 9.
Okay, Team B, what do you have?
And oh yeah, Olerai has 7.
Slight difference.
It's a 2-number difference. It's not very big, but this could be the difference between the team that wins and the team that sadly loses. So let's find out if they are correct. 4 plus 5, that's 9. Plus 3, that is 12. Multiplied by 2, that's 24. Plus 3 again, that's 27. Divided by 3, the answer is 9.
Whoa!
Wow, well done, Laserhill, on that second sum. This means that you have 2 sums correct so far, but Olerai, do not worry, we have 1 more sum to go. Now, Team A, please show us your answer for the third sum.
So, for the third sum, Team A has 6.
Team B, what do you have for that third sum?
And Team... Whoa, they have 6 as well.
Yes, they do. Now, 2 similar answers. Let's find out together whether the teams were actually correct on this sum. 10 minus 5, that's 5. Multiplied by 8, that's 40. Minus 4, that's 36. Divided by 6, the answer is 6.
Wow. Great. Well, that means the winner of these great textbooks is Laserhill.
Congratulations, Team A, on winning this round of the Big Three. As for you, Team B, do not worry about it. You solved 2 of the sums correctly, and you did very well. Now, for you at home, how many sums did you get correctly? I hope that you are as happy as our winning team.
Well, I'm sure you enjoyed playing the Big Three, so be sure to join Chapendo later on Hot Numbers.
Wow, that was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was. I can't wait for Spell It. Who wants to participate in our special game of Spell It? There you go. Don't go away. This is very special.
Yeah, and for you at home, don't go anywhere because there is so much more coming up.
That's right. We have Hot Numbers, Career Zone and Wild Zone.
So do not take too long. Just go grab a snack and be right back. We're waiting for you on the KnowZone. Welcome back, everyone. We are so glad that you're watching.
Let's remind everyone what the buzzwords are.
Remember, excitement, friends, travel.
Excellent. Now listen out for these words throughout the episode and in the next program.
Now, Charlie, if this is the final term time episode, does that mean that we will not be here next week?
No, we'll be back next week. But next week, it'll be a special holiday episode.
Oh, yeah!
I know something else that is going to be here next week.
Really?
Yes.
What is that?
Your friends in the wild will be here.
I am so happy.
You should be, Marara. In fact, let's go and visit them right now. It's time for Wild Zone.
Hello and welcome to the Wild Zone. Last week, our female crowned crane had a difficult decision to make. What did she decide?
Probably the right decision, as the egg may well have been infertile. The de Brazza's monkey, another rarity, and therefore an excellent subject for the painting, to go alongside the Sitatunga and the crowned crane. Morris and his team are getting ready for an event that they hope will draw attention to their project. They need more local support and more money from outside. Their project is not just a one-off. Hopefully, if it works out, it will be seen as a good example of what can be done by local people anywhere. A symbiosis of humans and nature living together, long-term. And long-term means him. And him. Will they care about cranes and their home? They'll all need the swamp, that's for sure. So far, so good. The chicks are growing well. Their sanctuary is still safe. Morris and the choir are trying to keep it that way with a celebration of song and dance. A crane dance, sort of. The cranes are now back to the old routine, the dance routine, and flying into the fields in the morning and dispersing in the afternoon. And still there, beyond the fields, is the precious kingdom of the two crowned cranes in a marsh fit for a queen.
What a fantastic project. Let's hope we can all live in harmony and that the beautiful crowned crane's home is safe. Join us next time for a brand new film on the Wild Zone.
I really enjoyed that.
Oh, yes, me too. And the wild is so beautiful. And I think we should make KnowZone more wild theme. Now, Janet, what animal would you be?
I don't know. I would probably be an eagle or a gazelle. What about you, Charlie?
You know, actually, I have no idea what animal I'd be. I need to have a think about that. Yeah, I really need to think about that. Now, right now, if you have enjoyed watching The Wild Zone and have enjoyed the KnowZone in general, you must become a member of the KnowZone Club.
That's right. Just text the word zone plus your name and address to
5606. Yes, and you will become an instant KnowZone Club member. Now, don't forget to ask your parents to help you with the text.
Oh, wait. I know what that sound means. It's time for us to go and join Teacher Pendo for more fun and learning. It's time for
Hot Numbers!
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Teacher Pendo.
Welcome to Hot Numbers. Now, last week we learned about tables as well as two types of graphs, a bar graph and a line graph. Today, we shall be continuing on the topic of tables and graphs. We are going to learn how to draw a pie chart, which is yet another type of graph, as well as how to calculate arithmetic mean of a given set of data.
Teacher Pendo?
Yes, Marara.
Now, I was just wondering what kind of pie our pie chart will be. Will it be chicken pie or beef pie or maybe potato pie? Oh, pumpkin. Yes, I love pumpkin pie.
Marara, you're always thinking with your stomach. Okay. Now, our pie does not have anything to do with an actual pie. In fact, the only reason it is called a pie chart is because it is round like a pie, and the sections it is divided into resemble pieces of pie. But that is where the relationship and any similarities end. All right. Now, a pie chart is also known as a circle graph.
Oh, well, that is really, really too bad because I really wanted mine to be a pumpkin pie.
Well, now that that is cleared, let us move on swiftly. Now, on the board here, I have a table with the type of books that we have in our library. Now, the first thing we need to do is find the total number of books in our library. So on your working sheets, try and find the total number of these books. So pick your pencils. So, who has the answer? Yes, Solomon?
2,000.
That's correct. The total number of these books is 2,000. Now, that's the total we get by adding the individual amounts. Now, this number is represented by a circle, okay? Now, the whole circle in a pie chart is therefore a representation of the total amount of data. But of this circle, there is a fraction that is made up entirely of English books, one of science books, math books, and so on. We therefore need to find out the measure of this fraction for all the different book subjects. From the table, we know that 600 of the 2,000 books are English books. Now, as a fraction, that would be 600 over 2,000. Now, when we simplify that, it becomes 3 over 10. Now, we will do the same for mathematics books, which gives us 2 over 10 in simplified form. And the science books would give us 4 over 10. And lastly, the Kiswahili books give us 1 over 10.
Teacher Pendo?
Yes, Marara?
We learned that 1 over 10 is the same as 10%. Is that right?
Yes, that's a very good point, Marara. So we're calculating what percentage of the total number of books each subject is and then representing that in a circle graph.
Now, how do you do that?
Well, with these fractions we've calculated, we will divide our circle into 10 equal parts, just like this. So let's count them together.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Very good. So 3 of these will be allocated to English books, 2 to math books, 4 to science books, and 1 to Kiswahili books. To differentiate the sections, you should shade them in different colors or shading styles, just like this. So let's have a look at this one. Then write a key for guidance as to which color represents which subject. And you can also label the sections directly on the pie chart. Yes, Jeruto?
Chapendo,
yes.
How do we read off a pie chart?
Now we know that there are a total of 2,000 books in the library. Okay, now from the pie chart, we can see that the fraction of science books out of this is 4/10. All right, so 4/10 of the 2,000 books in the library are science books. We are therefore going to multiply 4/10 by 2,000 to determine the exact number of science books in the library, which are 800. As you can see, it is very easy to draw and use a pie chart, even though it involves some calculation in order to divide the circle into appropriate portions. Do we all understand how to read and draw information off a pie chart?
Yes, Teacher Pendo.
Very good. We can now move on to the second part of today's lesson, calculating arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean, also referred to as average, refers to the equal distribution of scores, marks, events, and even items. Now, we use this equation to calculate it. For example, to find the mean height of 4 people, you first find the sum of their heights and then divide the sum by the number of people. So let's all measure your heights and then we are going to write them down.
Oh, Teacher Pendo?
Yes, Marara?
Are you going to measure my height too?
No, Marara, you are a lion and you would skew the results. Okay, please note down the results as I call them. Right, so we'll start with you, Solomon. Hazel, just help me out. Okay, so stand up straight, very good. Okay, so he measures 147 centimeters. So write that down, please. 147 centimeters. Solomon, help me out as we take Hazel's measurements. So Hazel measures 139 centimeters. Very good. Right. Let's move on to Kamau. Jeruto, help me out. So Kamau is 159. Right. Centimeters. So write that down. So Kamau, help me out. Measure Jeruto's height. So Jeruto is 146 centimeters. So let us note that down as well. All right, so now let us list all your heights on the board. Okay, so we have 147 centimeters, we have 139 centimeters, 159 centimeters, and 146 centimeters, which gives us a total of 591 centimeters. So that's the total sum of 4 heights. And then we divide our figure by 4. So when we divide our figure by 4, it gives us 147.75 centimeters. So we can say that the mean height is 147.75 centimeters. Now, do we all understand how we did that?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So today we have learned how to draw and read off a pie chart as well as how to calculate the arithmetic mean. And that's all we've got time for on today's Hot Numbers. Thank you for joining us.
Well, Teacher Pendo?
Yes, Mara?
I want to go and measure the height of all my family so that I can find the mean height of my lion family.
Well, I'd be interested to know that, but I think you will have to do that a bit later, as now it's time to see what this week's job is on Career Zone.
Hello, can you tell us a little about yourself?
My name is Mkaibabi Mwakaba, and I'm a TV and film editor.
How did you find yourself in this line of work?
I studied communication, electronic media, so there was, journalism, there was filmmaking, all these different elements, and I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. Like when I finished school, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew, okay, I want to work in the line of media, but I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. So I started out in the newsroom doing reporting, did that for a while, and then I went to event organizing, and I started taking the camera and going out and shooting. So I did camera work for a while, and then moved on to the edit suite where I began editing. And for the longest time ever, all I ever edited was documentaries, and there's always a difference. Like people think editing is just editing and you can edit whatever as long as you know how to edit, but that's not true. Editing documentaries and editing drama and editing commercials is all very different. I mean, you can know how to work the software, but it's all very different. So for the longest time ever, I worked for a certain company and all I did was documentaries for a very long time, until I had the opportunity to join a company called Mediae and worked on drama, and they trained me, and that was quite something. It was different, it was challenging, and I must say I learned a lot. And yeah, I guess from there, I started editing different sorts of work, and I think I can say I found my niche because it's what I enjoy doing.
Did you need any qualifications, training, or experience for your job?
First, you need to, of course, know how to operate the software that you're using to edit. It could either be Final Cut Pro, Avid, or Adobe Premiere Pro, and those are just, there are many other softwares, but those are the common ones. What is common, like in Hollywood, for example, is Avid, and more recently Final Cut Pro. But yes, you need to know how to use the software. You need to be able to know your way around it, around the workflow. And you also need to be able to be someone who can read a script and understand what the scriptwriter was trying to put across, the scriptwriter's vision and also the director's vision of the story, so that when you sit down and you're piecing the footage and the audio, the picture and the audio together, you come up with something that makes sense to your target audience, whoever that may be.
Please tell us what you do in a typical day.
First, I have to say, no two editors' day is the same, because as an editor, you have your own style of working that's totally different from another editor. So I'll talk about my typical day, quote unquote typical day, because not every other day is the same. So I start my day at 6 in the morning, and between 6 and 7 I have my quiet time, my me time hour. It's just my time to prepare for the day, reflect, and just be with my thoughts. 7 to 7:30, another half hour of going through emails, reading them, catching up on the news and what's happening and what's going on, and responding to emails. And then from 7:30 to 8, maybe another 30-20 minutes for breakfast, and clean up and prepare for the day, and then set out. And then 8 to 9, errands of the day, whatever needs to be done, get it out of the way the morning hours before there's too many people, and before when you're still fresh and alert. And then by 9, between 9 and 10, you're settled down and you're ready to begin. So let's assume it's day 1 of a certain project. So typically what I would do is, day 1 is get to know your footage day. So I have a script in hand, which I have read, of course. If you're lucky enough to have your director nearby, you have a chat with your director about the project. And the director tells you their expectations and how the two of you will work together, your schedules and all that. So you sit down with your footage and you start sifting through your footage. And by this I mean you basically sit down and watch. And of course, like I said, every editor has a different way of working. This is just my way of working. I like to get to know my footage first before I start doing anything. And from there, it's just cut, edit, piece together until you have something that's an assembly that makes sense. And then once you have that, you call in the director and you have what we call a viewing. And you sit down and you watch what you've come up with, and the director, because you and the director fight a lot or agree, or and then if you can't agree, unfortunately you have to go the director's way, because at the end of the day the cut is the director's. And when I say the cut, I just basically mean the edit. So yeah.
What is the best aspect of your job?
When an edit comes together and when the director is happy. For me, if my director is happy, a happy director equals a happy editor. And if my director is happy, then the client is happy, then the producers are happy, then the exec producers are happy, so then everyone is happy. So yeah, definitely when an edit comes together, yeah.
What are the main challenges of your job?
Sometimes you get to, especially on new projects where you're working with crew that you haven't worked with before, there's always the fear of how are the shots that I'm going to get, how are they going to be? Like the quality of the audio that's coming in, is it going to be something I can work with, or is it going to be something that is not of good quality? It always helps to have a director who is clear on what they want in the end, because then there's organization in the whole process, because decisions are made easier. And yes, there'll always be the push and pull where sometimes you don't always agree, but that happens and that can be fun as well. But it also helps when a director is able to put their foot down and say, this is how it's going to be because of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and also vice versa. Like you as the editor can also be in a situation where you're free enough, you're comfortable enough with your director to be able to tell them, okay, I know you want it this way, but I think because of A, B, C, D, it should be a certain way, and they listen to you. So director-editor rapport relationship is also, can be a challenge sometimes. The working hours versus the deadlines.
What advice would you give anyone interested in your line of work?
If it's film that you want to do, try on different projects or in the same project, take the camera today, go and shoot, learn how to shoot, learn about the whole process, learn as much as you can, The learning never stops. Even for me, I can't say the learning has stopped. You learn something new every single day. Tomorrow, work with the sound department, find out what's required when you're recording sound for picture. Tomorrow, join the costume department, the next day makeup, the next day props, art. The next day be in the edit suite. Like, learn as much as you can. The only way you will really know what you want to do is when you open yourself and you learn as much as you can and you explore the possibilities around you. But yeah, I'd say definitely go for it. Film is can be very fulfilling and very satisfying at the end of the day.
Wow, I love KnowZone. Now that's another great career to think about.
Oh yes, and a special thank you to our friend for sharing their career with us. That was actually one of my favorite ones.
But right now, it's time for us to get a bit serious.
Oh no, I don't like this part.
But Marara, this is a special edition. There are 4 contestants.
Marara.
Now, listen. The last time there were 4 contestants, I was one of them.
Marara, relax. You are not one of the contestants. But why don't you stay behind and watch?
Well, I have to go and check on the arrangements for the party. So, enjoy.
As you can tell, this is a part of the show that Marara cannot watch because it's so tense. It's time for Spell It. Animal, chapter, building, narrow, respect, deep, vegetable, work. Welcome to Spell It. Livia, Solomon, Kigia, and Davin, you are about to step out of the shadows and into the spotlight to compete for the title of today's KnowZone Spelling Champion. Now, Charlie, for the first time ever, we have 2 schools going head to head. And the winner will walk away with their very own KnowZone dictionary.
Each contestant has just 30 seconds to spell correctly as many words as possible. If you would like to hear the word again, simply say repeat, and the word will be repeated for you. Now, each word is worth 1 point. So the more words you spell correctly, the higher your chances of winning. Now, all of the words are drawn from all of the themes we've had in the KnowZone. So it's a very big range. Are the rules clear?
Yes. Let's do this. Davin, you're up first. Please take your place on the spelling zone.
Davin, your 30 seconds start now.
Trust.
T-R-U-S-T.
Travel.
T-R-A-V-E-L.
North.
N-O-R-T-H.
Repair.
R-E-P-A-I-R.
Umpire.
Repeat.
Umpire.
E-M-P-I-E-R.
Paint.
P-A-I-N-T.
Entrance.
E-N-T-R-A-N-C.
Time's up.
Well done. Kigia, you're up next. Please take your place on the spelling zone.
Kigia, your 30 seconds start now.
Wind.
W-I-N-D.
Adapt.
A-D-A-P-T.
South.
S-O-U-T-H.
Fracture.
F-R-A-C-T-U-R-E.
Defeat.
D-E-F-E-A-T.
Cough.
C-O-U-G-H.
Shopping.
S-H-O-P-P-I-N-G.
Celebration.
S-E-L-E-B-R-A-T-I-O-N.
Time's up.
Good job, Kigia. Solomon, you're up next. Please take your place on the spelling zone.
Solomon, your 30 seconds start now.
Rain.
R-A-I-N.
Honest.
H-O-N-E-S-T.
Curve.
C-U-R-V-E.
Accident.
A-C-C-I-D-E-N-T.
Climate.
C-L-I-M-E-M-A-T-E.
Athletics.
A-T-H-E-L-I-T-I-C-S.
Ambulance.
A-M-B-U-L-A-N-C-E.
Reception.
Time's up.
Good job. Livia, you're the last one. Please take your place on the spelling zone.
Livia, your 30 seconds start now.
Drugs.
D-R-U-G-S.
Friend.
F-R-I-E-N-D.
Weave.
W-E-A-V-E.
Labor.
L-A-B-O-U-R.
Fabric.
F-A-B-R-I-C-K.
Overdose.
O-V-E-R-D-O-S-E.
Campaign.
C-A-M-P-A-I-G.
Time's up. Now, that was a wonderful round of Spell It. I think we should jump straight into the results. We have one winner and a tie for second place. The three-way tie for second place is between Davin, Solomon, and Livia, which means today's KnowZone spelling champion with a total of 7 points. Let's put our hands together for Kigia. Congratulations, Kigia. You are today's KnowZone spelling champion. Here's your dictionary. Show everyone at home your dictionary. Another round of applause. Step back, Kigia.
Wow, congratulations, Kigia. Livia, Solomon, and Davin, we have prizes for you too for spelling as many words correctly.
Our prizes come to us courtesy of our friends at Longhorn Publishers.
And that was an exciting game of Spell It.
I know. I think having two different schools, it definitely heightened the level of competition.
Definitely.
But now, I have some good news and some bad news.
Let me see. Let's start with the bad news.
Well, the bad news is we're about to watch the last episode of Bus Stories.
And the good news?
The good news is we're going to join our friends Specs, Boomba, Zawadi, and Raha.
That's right. It's time for Bus Stories.
not that bad. Seriously, my parents are going to be so upset.
A grade C isn't that bad.
It was a C minus. Seriously, I wish I was good at maths like Specs.
Well, you're better than me at football.
A C minus.
Let me tell you a story. It will cheer you up.
I'm not in the mood.
Oh, go on. It will take your mind off the test results.
So one day, the magical four were on the bus on the way home from school. The bus was flying through the skies and it was a perfect day. Just a few clouds and the sun was shining. Suddenly, dark clouds appeared. In an instant, the sky was completely black. The rumble of thunder could be heard and suddenly, there was a lightning strike. The bus was hit. As Chuma struggled to control the bus, it began to rapidly spin out of control. Chuma pulled the emergency lever. A parachute appeared and the bus drifted gently down to a strange and peculiar land. As the Magic Four got out of the bus to explore, while Chuma fixed the bus, they couldn't believe their eyes. They were in some kind of paradise. There wasn't a cloud in the sky and the sun was bright. It was like a giant water park with lots of swimming pools and slides. Without hesitating, the gang immediately started to enjoy the facilities, whooshing down the slides into the beautiful clear water. Laughter filled the air and they couldn't believe that they'd arrived in such an amazing place. They just had to say they wanted something aloud and it would appear, whether it was ice cream or sodas.
That place sounds amazing. I'd never want to leave.
Yeah, I love water slides, but something has to go wrong. Nothing ever goes right.
You're right. Things were about to go very wrong. Worse than you could ever imagine.
Worse than a C minus.
Well, go on with the story.
Now the Magic Four were enjoying this amazing place. They were blissfully happy. But then, suddenly, the water in the pools turned blood red. The sky went dark and a manic laugh could be heard. Ha ha ha, boomed the sky. They looked up to see the evil Sandara in the air. You fell for my cunning plan, he shouted. What had been a paradise turned into something terrible. Everything that was sparkling and new became old and run down. The tiled floors collapsed and became sand. The Magic Four could not believe they had been trapped by Sandara. It had been too good to be true. Determined that they could not be defeated by Sandara, they immediately huddled together to come up with a plan. But before they could do anything, Sandara sprinkled some kind of dust over them. It was special magic dust, and it reversed their magic powers. So when Specs tried to read Sandara's mind, it was blank. There was nothing there. Raha tried to scream, but the only noise that came out of her mouth was a tiny squeak. For when Boomba tried to make himself invisible, he discovered that he had not disappeared. Instead, he had developed a luminous glow, so he was more visible than ever. Finally, Zawadi tried to run, but instead of moving at supersonic speed, she was suddenly heavy, like a dead weight, only able to manage small footsteps. Sandara warned them, "I'll be back to take care of you once and for all," and flew away. The Magic Four was seemingly doomed.
I knew it was Sandara. It's always Sandara.
I thought this was supposed to be a good story, to cheer Boomba up.
It still might be.
And the Magic Four aren't the Magic Four again, now that their powers have been reversed.
Yeah, they're like the ordinary four right now.
Do you want me to continue the story or not?
Finish it.
So there they were, trapped in this gloomy place. It didn't seem so nice anymore. The Magic Four didn't think that there was anything they could do until Specs had an idea. Sandara wasn't expecting them to try anything now that they had lost their powers. So, they had to find a way to turn the situation into their advantage. First of all, they dug a big hole in the sand. It was hard work, but before too long, they had a very deep hole.
They called Sandara by shouting as loud as they could, and Boomba got him to come near the hole by waving and using his high visibility glow. Sandara was forced to lean down to listen to what Raha was saying now that she was only talking in a squeak. As Sandara leaned down, they seized the opportunity. Zawadi, using her newfound weight, pushed against Sandara as hard as she could, and Sandara toppled into the hole. Thankfully, Sandara was out cold, and they quickly filled the hole in with all the sand, burying him forever. They quickly left the strange place and found their way back to the bus which Chuma had now repaired. They flew off, having defeated Sandara forever.
That was a great try, Zawadi.
Yeah, I don't feel that bad about maths right now.
You're right. What the magic for learned that day is that sometimes you don't need superpowers. We're all unique and special.
Maybe I can help you in your maths. That's if you help me in my football skills.
That was a wonderful final episode of the Bus Stories.
Ma, what's wrong?
Well, that was the final episode, and I don't like saying goodbye.
Ma, don't worry. I'm sure they'll keep in touch with their new adventures.
Well, I hope so, but even Camera 2 doesn't like saying goodbye, isn't it, Camera 2? And so does Camera 1, right?
Oh, okay, I get it. Everybody hates saying goodbye. But sadly, this is the part of the show where we have to say goodbye.
Yeah, we have to. Hey, did you enjoy your time here on the KnowZone?
Yes! Excellent. We loved having you. Thank you for coming to help us with the show. And for you at home, thank you very much for tuning in.
Yeah, right. Now, if you want to become a member of the KnowZone Club, all you have to do is ask your parents to help you send a text with the word zone plus your name and address to 5606.
And you will become an instant KnowZone Club member, just like we are.
Hey, I think today's buzzwords are the most used words in KnowZone history.
Well, that's probably true because we do have a lot of friends.
So how about we ask them to use one more buzzword as we ask them to join us next week on Saturday.
Right. Until then, as much as I hate saying goodbye, let's say goodbye. Goodbye!